It was a very good meeting. It was the second meeting. As you know, we met 3 weeks back in Aqaba, where I think at the time there were lots of questions about what was happening in Syria. We met only 1 week after the collapse of the Assad regime. Now a few more weeks have passed, and obviously within the international community there were more questions. And this time also the caretaker foreign minister of the new Syrian government was also there. So this was an opportunity for him to listen to the international community and for the international community to be listening to what he has to say and the other way around. So I think it was a very good and very important meeting.
إذا ما عدنا إلى الوراء إلى مرحلة سقوط بشار الأسد، كيف تصفون هذه المرحلة في الشكل وأيضا المضمون؟ وهل علمتم بأن هذا النظام سيسقط أو أن هنالك شيء يحضر في هذه المرحلة؟
I think we were all surprised by the speed and how it happened. I had been warning for years that if a real political process didn't start in Syria, we could risk seeing something dramatic happen. And what started on the 27th of November last year and ended on the 8th of December with the collapse of the Assad regime, I think came as a complete surprise to nearly everyone. And I think this also explains a lot of the questions being asked. We have to remember that HTS, which is sort of the dominant force that took power in Damascus, was actually a UN-listed terrorist group. And the fact that this group is now in charge, of course, raised a lot of questions and I think some nervousness, not only among the international community, but also among Syrians. But then very early on, we heard, of course, very positive messaging coming out from al-Shara in particular, where he emphasized that Syria should be for everyone, for all communities, all religious sects, and that it would be inclusive. The new Syria would be for everyone. Then he also said that they needed to take care of the state institutions, that there should be no collapse of state institutions. And then he said that they wanted to give priority to public services, to security, and so on. And I think this was met with relief, first and foremost from the Syrians, but also from the international community. And then I think the question being asked from many Syrians and from the international community was, would this actually be implemented? And I think we have now witnessed a few weeks, and I think we have a clearer picture.
كيف تصفون في هذه المرحلة الآن واليوم هيئة تحرير الشام، وكيف تصفون أيضا العلاقة مع أحمد الشرع؟
I think what we have seen is, frankly speaking, a remarkable development. I think today it is 5 weeks since they took power in Damascus. And of course, they don't control the whole of Syria. That's also sort of an important part of this. But I think the fact that we have relative stability in so many areas is extremely important. So I think while I think many were very nervous that things could start to go wrong very quickly, I think we are now seeing by and large that it has been a positive development, but with a few issues. And of course, outside of the big cities, we have seen what I would call a few security incidents. We have seen some attacks on some of the minorities, which I know that the new caretaker authority is also looking into.